Hey guys, today is inventory day number 7. Even though I just filmed day number 6, I still had to look. So this was created by _Kate's collection over on Instagram. I will leave her in the description box. And here is the graphic of all of the days. I'm very late to getting this completed, but we're trucking along. So today is eye primers and freestanding shadows, so anything liquid, potted, and loose. Basically, any of your singles that are not magnetic is what I'm surmising. And then Dub's Beauty Diary also did this over on YouTube, which is why I am doing it here. So I will also leave her listed. She's already completed her whole inventory. So if you want to go binge watch her inventory, she'll be listed in the description box as well. So if you want to see all of my eye primers as well as all of my freestanding shadows, this is going to be a long one. Just prefacing that, I have a lot of Super Shocks, loose glitters, and all of that. So if you do want to see all that, then stay tuned. Everything that's on my face will be in the description box. And if you like makeup unboxings, project painting content with just a little bit of horror sprinkled in, please consider subscribing, as I would love to have you here. And let's go ahead and get on into today's inventory: primers and loose shadows. Alrighty, so we're going to start with everything that's in my project pan bin, as I always do, that's to my left, which is actually quite a lot of things. And the one thing that's not in a project, but that I just use, well, actually there are 3 things that are not in projects, but my eye primers that I just keep with me, that I use. This is the one that I use every day. This is the Milani eyeshadow primer. It's the Longwear Shadow Base. It is what I use on my eyes every day. Love it. That is one I will repurchase. Absolutely love it. And then I have a white base and a black base. This is new to me. I mean, these both are. I haven't even used them yet. This one's from LA Girl. It's the Pro Primer HD High Definition Eyeshadow Primer in the shade White. It is crayon. Haven't even tried it yet, but I have this base. And then I have from The Balm, this is the Priming is Everything Black Shadow Primer. And this is just in a little pan. I wanted a black primer for like my multi-chromes and things like that. So I do keep these next to me for just if I need them. And then the rest of these things in front of me are in projects currently. So we'll start, I guess, just the 2 things that are on my eyes. This is from Sydney Grace. This is one of their liquid shadows. And this is in the shade Black Hole. It is this silvery gray gunmetal-y shimmer. I want more of these liquid shadows. These are beautiful. And then what is on my inner corner is this liquid shadow from Wet n Wild. This is in the shade Inalienable White Lights. So there is that. I like those. I really like the Sydney Grace one. I want more of those. This Wet n Wild one, for it being Wet n Wild, it actually performs really well, but I could take it or leave it. Then we have some things that I haven't used yet. This is from Manna Kadar, and this is the Diamond Dust. It's a roll-on shadow in the shade Pixie, so that is new to me. That's very interesting. I have some eye bases, so these are more like primers. This orange one, they're both from Profusion, and this is in the shade Wild Heart, and the purple one is in the shade Good Vibes. And then this is a matte shadow. This is from Too Faced. It's their Melted Chocolate matte shadow in the shade Amaretto. So it's just this brown shade here. Then for singles, I have one glitter from Slayfire, and it was a mystery glitter, but that is what it looks like. So it's got like green, gold, red, a little bit of purple. It's a multi-sized glitter, so there's some chunky glitters, some more fine glitters. Have that. I do have one Jelly Mutt shadow in a project. This is from the Hocus Pocus 2 collection in ColourPop. It's the shade Shishka Baby, and it's this beautiful orange with gold sparkle. I have 3 shadows from S&B Beauty. So I have my Yellow Brick Road combo. So I have the pigment and the loose glitter in a project. And then I also have the Lavender Snow pigment, which is more of a purple. I have 2 shadows from Ace Beauté, which are like their version of Super Shocks. So I have the shade Rowan, which is this beautiful like green to purple flip. And I have the shade Fan Palm, which is more of just a traditional like mid-tone green. This video is already going to be super long because I think I have 250 potted singles. So I'm only going to be swatching things that I'm possibly on the fence of decluttering, or if I want to test, because some of my liquids I'm going to want to see if they're still good. So, and then I have 5 in projects that are ColourPop Super Shocks. So we have the shade Deck, which is another gunmetal gray. Ice. Oh, buddy, I'm throwing them. We have Ice Cream, which is this beautiful, like, blue-purple iridescent topper. Really is worth the hype. I have Gin Ricky, which is, like, a champagne-y gold. I have Ripple, which is this beautiful purpley blue duochrome, and I have a pan in it. And then I have from the first Hocus Pocus collab, this is Dost Thou Comprehend, which is this beautiful orange. So let me get all of those off my desk, and I will grab my bin with the rest of them. Alright, so this is the big old bin that I keep all of my singles in. So I have loose, potted, liquids, glitters, anything you name it is in here. And let me just put this to the side, and we will just randomly grab and go. So I think I'm just going to pull a bunch on the desk and we'll talk about a bunch at one time. Alright, so we're going to start with, actually, those are liners, so I will just keep those out because we can talk about those when we talk about liners. So I have 3 of these big, they're loose highlighters, but I keep these with my single shadows. These are from ABH, so I have the shade Sunset Aura, which is like this bronze. I have the shade Snowflake, which is an icy white. And So Hollywood, which is like a gold. I have 2 from Give by Gwen Stefani. I just got these from Marshall's. I have the shade Twinkle, which is like a taupe with a little bit of like a lavender. And I have the shade Dazzle, which is more of like a rose gold. I have one here from Artist Couture. This is a Diamond Glow Powder in Summer Haze. Just beautiful. I have 2 here from Sydney Grace. This is the shade Black Tie, which is so pretty. And then I have the shade Pistol, which, just look at that. This is like a chunky boy. Love that. A couple here from Profusion. This is my glitter in the shade Sunlit. And then I have 2 highlighters. I have the shade Aura. And I actually want to swatch this one. This is the shade Mood. Ooh. Yeah, okay. That's pretty. Swatching is what gets me in trouble, because then I never want to get rid of anything. And then I have a couple here from Bare Minerals. So I have the shade Bahamas, which is like a brown. We have the shade Golden Gate, which is just like a peachy pink blush. Pure Radiance. And Pebble, which is a more neutral dark brown. So that's the first batch. Let me go ahead and get out the next one. Alright, I have a bunch of things here from Luxe Bee Aesthetics that I just got in my recent mystery box order, so I'm not going to get rid of any of this stuff because I just got it. So this is the shade Rain. These are flakes. And I have the shade Miley. And then none of these things have names on them, so I have 2 loose pigments. One is a blue and one's a purple. And then I have a bunch of glitters and glitter pastes. So we have like this glitter. We got this one. And none of these have names on them. This one's a loose glitter. And then 4 glitter pastes. And these were absolutely gorgeous. So I'm very excited to get some use out of these. Oh, this one had a shade name. This was like the only other one. And this is the shade Ethereal. So those are all from Luxe B Aesthetics. Here, let me get this swatch off because I don't want to confuse it. I have 3 things from Pretties for Your Face. So this is a sample of the Angel Loose Glitter. So obviously keeping that. And then I have 2 of the Lustrous Dusts. I have the shade Luster Lover, which is like a pinky, icy lavender. And then I have the shade Ghastly, which is way more cool toned, a lavender with like green sparkle. I have from Beauty Moon Cosmetics. This is just like a duochrome pigment. I found some more Bare Minerals. I missed 2. So this is the shade Faux Tan, which is more of a warm brown. And then Celestine, which is this like icy taupe. I have a Bella Pierre shimmer in the shade Snowflake. I have another mini Artist Couture Diamond Glow powder in the shade Conceited. This is from Inca. This is a loose mineral eyeshadow in the shade Burnt Sienna. I do want to swatch that one because I feel like I have a bunch of other ones from Bare Minerals that are similar. So, but I'm just going to put things that I do want to swatch off to the side, and we will do that at the end because I kind of want to get through everything. I have this guy from Nomad, and it was from the... I could never get this open. It was from the Iceland Fire and Ice palette. This is the shade Alfheim. I got this in an Ipsy. If I can get it open. Give me a second. There we go. That took forever and a half, but that's the shade Alfheim. So I do want to keep that. From Carmella Cosmetics, I have this duo. I do want to swatch that. I don't feel like I need that necessarily. From Naked Cosmetics, it's my single in Desert Sunset. I do really enjoy that, so keeping that guy. I have 2 Dose of Colors Block Party eyeshadows. So this one is in the shade... Maybe. Give me a second. Just opened up everything. So we have the shade Wild and Free, which is like a purple. We have another Dose of Colors in the shade Jackpot, which is like a deep green. We have a Delancey Glitter, which is more like it's a multi-chrome, and this is in the shade 6F. And then from ColourPop, this is a Gemini single. Keeping that. So, we'll wait till the end to swatch all the things. Let me grab the next batch. Alright, so I have 2 more singles from Ace Beauté, because it was a 4-pack. So this is Lotus Leaf, which is more of like a lime green. And then I have the shade Green Hibiscus. And then I have an LA Girl. This is the shade Hollow Glam, which I do want to swatch that. I have 2 of these Lottie London metallic eyeshadows. So I have the shade Golden Hour, which is gold, because I'm in my gold era. And I have the shade Outlast, which is cranberry, which that gold one is supposed to be more pressed. So let me see if I can fix that. Nope, that guy's busted on busted, and I just got gold all over me. So there's that. I have 2 of these Color Tattoo from Maybelline. I have the shade High Roller, which I got these to be like eye bases. So I do want to swatch these just to see if they're still... So that's the shade High Roller. I feel like that would make a gorgeous base for some other shimmers. But that's the thing is, like, do I use it? No. But it is so pretty. And then I also have the shade Socialite. They're so pretty, though. So for now, because they are still clingy, and I want to use them, I'm going to keep them. I have a bunch of things from SMB Beauty. So I have the Savage Sammy duo. So I have the pigment and the glitter. I have the Emerald City pigment, the Summer Nights glitter, the Key Lime Cutie glitter, Strawberry Dream pigment, and Purple Nurple pigment. And then I have these duos from Fenty Beauty. They're the Kilowatt Foil, just the Kilowatt Foils. And I keep these with my single shadows because I use these more as those. So this is Mimosa Sunrise and Sangria Sunset. We have Sandcastle and Minted Mojito. And 7-Day Weekend and Poolside. So let me clean myself up and we will move on to the next batch. Alright, and now I have some loose shadows and glitters. So I have two from NYX. This is the shade Crystal. And I have the shade Ice. I have one from ABH in the shade Royal, which is a loose glitter. I have three from Clarity Cosmetics. So we have 3 loose pigments. This is the shade Spotlight. I have Kaleidoscope and Spring Fling. I have, and the rest of these are from ColourPop. So I have one Jelly Much in the shade Hallucinogenius. I have 4 of these kind of loose glitters. So I have the shade Badlands, which is a purple. I have the shade Weekend, which is like a icy, like a peachy champagne. I have the shade Mulholland, which is a bronze. And the shade Cameo, which is an even peachier peach. And then I have 5 from the Kathleen Lights Zodiac collection. So I have the Crab, Tied Me Down, the Scales, the Maiden, and the Archer. My desk is getting so full. So next I have 3 glitters from Slayfire Cosmetics. So I have the Persephone glitter, which is like a bluey purple. I have the Hades, which is an even more, the Persephone one is more purple, the Hades is more blue. And then I have the shade Alert, which is like a yellowy green. Now let me grab out, I think I'm going to do Super Shocks next. Right, so I have the shade So Quiche, Fruit Punch, Dream Much, Silver Lake, Rooftop Cocktails, that one's one of my favorites, Moon Daisy, which I have a pan on. Up Late, which I want to swatch that one. Empire. Ember. Bay. My favorite Tassel, which I do have a pan on now. Golden Age. Frog. Creepin', which is my newest. Pressed Juice, which I want to compare Pressed Juice and Tankini. Well, actually, just looking at them, they are very different, so never mind. I have Muse and Wind Down. Rosebud. Bubblebee. I Heart This. Moonwalk. Corsage. And Mountain Lion. So let me just swatch Up Late. I mean, it's pretty. I mean, I'm a sucker for keeping my super shots. But let me see. Up Late compared to... Well, this one's cracking. See, they're so similar, and I'm never going to wear that one compared to this one. And this one's Gin Ricky. I need out a wipe. And then I did just swatch the shade Tankini because I did just have this in my color pan project, and I just don't think I want this one anymore either. So I'm going to declutter Tankini and Up Late. So, boom, 2 declutters. That's good. So I think what I'm going to do now... I want to move all this off my desk, but to count them, I need to keep them out. So I'm going to swatch these couple things I have off to the side, and then we will move on to liquids. So let's see. We have this LA Girl. See, this is just a glitter. Ooh, but that's so pretty. Yeah, that stays. From Inca. That's a pretty brown. Yeah, I don't... Loose, we're keeping that. Carmella Cosmetics. I really just want to see the shimmer. Yeah, I don't need this duo, so I'm going to get rid of this. So let me get these off my hand now, and we'll move on to liquids. 2 more of those Profusion eye bases. So we have the shade It's a Lifestyle and Free Spirit. I have these 4 from Milani, which I will need to swatch. So we have the Hypnotic Lights collection. So we have Beaming Light, which is just a beautiful pink. I loved these, so as long as these are good, I'm keeping these. We have Prismatic Light, which it looks like these are going to be good. I'll show y'all swatches of these in 2 seconds. We have Luster Light. They're a little chunky, but they're still wet. And then we have Starlight. But they're still swatchable, so they stay. And I'm just gonna start pulling things out. So we have this one from Koki. This is their Crystal Fusion in the shade Polaris. Ooh, that is so wet and metallic. Keeping that. I have two from the Profusion and Casper collection. So I have the shade Boo. So that's the shade Boo. And then I have the shade Mystic. I decluttered the third one because I just didn't like the shade. Ooh, Mystic is so pretty. Keeping those. I have a Hard Candy Eye Death. Ooh, that is pretty. We have from L'Oreal, this is the Brilliant Eyes in Amethyst Quartz. I mean, it's pretty, but it's dark. We'll see. Let me put that one to the side. I have these three from Physicians Formula. They're the Diamond Metallics, so I have Gold and Emerald. And again, I will show you these in 1 second. I have Bronze Brilliance and Beam of Blue. Yes, Beam of Blue, which is my favorite. So there's those three. Keeping those. I have from Lottie London. This is their eye foil in Too Much. Keeping that. I have a bunch of these Morphe ones, and I'm sure that these are all still wet. Yeah. So I have the shade Flicker, Lightning, and Moonlight. And then Heated, Feisty, and Caliente. I have another Lottie London. This is the Color Cloud in the shade Lilac Days. And it's a matte. I just don't think I'm ever going to use that. So that can be decluttered. Then I have a Profusion. This is the Ube Swirl. So it comes with a matte purple on one side. And then a shimmer on the other. Yeah, I think I'm going to declutter this L'Oreal one. And we've made it to the end with all of my e.l.f. liquids. So we have the shade Meteor. Meteor is still wet, so. But I do have Morphe shades that are similar to Meteor, so maybe. Hang on. We have Flirty Birdie. Flirty Birdie needs shaken up, but. Flirty Birdie is separated. Yeah, no. Flirty Birdie is bad. It's all separated. Hang on. Let's see. Does shaking it fix it? No, that's still super liquidy. So I'm throwing this one in the trash, but we're getting rid of that. We have Big Dipper, which also looks great, but I see that I have that similar shade from the Morphe one. So I'm going to declutter Meteor and Big Dipper, because I just know these e.l.f. ones don't last as long. Mermaid Shimmy. Ooh, that one's pretty. That one can stay. There's Mermaid Shimmy. Purple Rain. Ooh, Purple Rain can stay. It's definitely a slightly different purple than what I have on my hand. We have Ocean Eyes. Ooh, this looks dry. I mean, it's not, but it's just, that's so dark. I'm going to go ahead and declutter Ocean Eyes. And then we have, what one are you? I can't even read it because it's black writing. But we have this black one with glitter, which is completely dried out. So that one can go. So I only kept 2 of the elf ones, the green and the purple. Oh. So let me go ahead and clean out my bin, count up everything, double check that this is everything I want to keep, and I will give you a total. So just a minute here. Alright, so I had a bit of a casualty with the glitter. I did get to save it. But I have 100 and, well, actually, hang on, I have to count what's in my project pan. I have 143 primers and potted single shadows. And I'm decluttering 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Which feels good. And only 3 of them need to go to the garbage. The rest of them can be passed on to somebody else. So that feels good. But I hope you guys enjoyed this. Now that I'm a glittery mess, I'm going to call this one good. And I will see you guys in the next one. Bye, guys.